Beyond the red carpet glamour, delve into the deeply personal and often hidden emotional turning points that forge the resilience, compassion, and artistic depth of some of the world's most beloved celebrities. We see them on screens, hear them on radios, and follow their lives with a curious fascination. Celebrities. They seem to exist in a different stratosphere, their lives curated, polished, and often seemingly perfect. But behind the dazzling smiles and the polished performances, they are, at their core, human beings. And like all of us, they are shaped by moments. Not the glittering premieres or the triumphant award nights, but the quiet, often painful, profoundly emotional moments that the public rarely sees. These are the crucibles where resilience is forged, where empathy is born, and where the very essence of their artistry often finds its deepest roots. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on some of those moments, exploring how the unexpected turns, the hidden struggles, and the profound human connections truly shape the icons we admire. Our first journey takes us into the world of Celia Vance, a name synonymous with powerful, Oscar-worthy performances. Her dramatic range is legendary, her ability to plumb the depths of human emotion almost unnerving. But where does that wellspring of emotion truly come from? Many might point to her classical training, her dedication to method acting. But for Celia, one particular, deeply personal moment stands out. A moment of profound loss and unexpected connection in her early 20s, long before fame came calling. Celia's mother had been her rock, her biggest champion, and her sudden passing had shattered Celia's world. In that small, silent apartment, Mrs. Henderson offered not just food, but a profound, wordless empathy. It was a moment of pure, unconditional human connection that transcended their usual neighborly interactions. Present day, Celia, 50s, elegant and composed, sits in a plush armchair, sunlight streaming through a window. Celia, reflective. I remember that day so vividly. I was just broken. Everything felt meaningless. My acting dreams, my future, all of it seemed insignificant. And then Mrs. Henderson, who wasn't even a close friend, just an acquaintance, showed up. She didn't try to fix me. She didn't tell me to be strong. She just was there, and she understood. Celia's eyes missed slightly. Celia. That moment taught me the power of presence, of truly seeing someone else's pain, not just observing it, but allowing it to resonate with your own humanity. In every role since, especially those requiring deep emotional vulnerability, I draw on that feeling, that raw, exposed space where empathy truly lives. It taught me that sometimes the greatest strength is found in allowing yourself to be utterly vulnerable, and that connection can bloom even in the deepest sorrow. It's why I fight so hard for authenticity in every character. I owe that to Mrs. Henderson and to my mother. Marcus, from 40s, a musician sitting in a recording studio, a guitar across his lap. The studio is warm with dim lighting. Next, we turn to Marcus Thorne, a musician whose soulful lyrics and haunting melodies have captivated millions. His songs often speak of struggle, resilience, and the search for meaning. Many assume his profound lyrical depth comes from a life of constant creative introspection. But for Marcus, the true catalyst for his artistic voice emerged from a period of profound disillusionment, an unexpected detour into activism that reshaped his entire perspective on the world and his place within it. Look, Marcus, I know this isn't exactly what you signed up for, but these people, they're not just numbers. They're futures, dreams. They're fighting for basic dignity. And if we don't speak for them, who will? A school talent show stage. Young Ava, 13, is midway through a stand-up routine, confidently delivering jokes. She's getting some laughs. Then a particularly awkward joke falls flat, followed by an audible boo from the audience. A few kids start openly laughing at her. Ava's face falls, her voice trails off. She looks devastated. Miss Jenkins, gently putting an arm around her. "Oh, Ava, honey, it takes guts to get up there." Young Ava, voice cracking. "They hated me. I'm such an idiot. I should never have tried." MS Jenkins, smiling softly. "Hated you? Number. They booed the joke, maybe. not you. And you know what the best comedians do when a joke bombs? They acknowledge it. They play with the failure. They turn the discomfort into more comedy. You have to learn to laugh at yourself, Ava, especially when it hurts the most. That's where the real power is. Ava looks up, tears still in her eyes, but a flicker of curiosity in her expression. That moment, the sting of public failure and her teacher's unconventional wisdom planted a seed. It taught Ava that vulnerability, even humiliation, could be transformed. It taught her the profound power of self-deprecating humor and how laughing at your own struggles can disarm an audience and build an unshakable connection. Ava, in the green room, sips coffee, a wide smile on her face. Ava chuckles. Oh God, that talent show. I still cringe thinking about it. I wanted to just disappear. But Ms. Jenkins, she was brilliant. She didn't tell me I was great. She told me how to deal with not being great. She basically handed me the keys to my entire career that day. AVA. That experience taught me that failure isn't the end. It's just another punchline waiting to happen. It taught me to find the humor in the uncomfortable, the awkward, the downright embarrassing. My entire comedic persona, this ability to connect with people by making fun of myself, it all started there. It taught me that vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's the ultimate strength in comedy. Because when you can laugh at your own pain, you invite others to laugh with you, and suddenly you're not alone anymore. And that connection, that's everything. Narrator, VO. Finally, we turn to Liam O'Connell, a visionary filmmaker whose movies are celebrated for their profound emotional depth and intricate storytelling. His ability to weave complex narratives that resonate deeply with audiences is legendary. For Liam, his most significant emotional shaping moment wasn't a triumph, but a deeply personal, almost career-ending crisis of confidence that forced him to reconnect with the foundational love of storytelling itself, far away from the pressures of Hollywood. Young Liam, to himself, barely audible, "It's just gone. All of it." The fisherman looks up, catches Liam's eye, and offers a small knowing nod. Later, Liam is in a cozy, cluttered general store. He's buying supplies, looking lost. The store owner, a kind, matriarchal woman, 50s, notices his dejection. Store owner, "Rough waters today, eh, young man? You look like you've seen a storm." Young Liam sighs. "Something like that. My last film, it was a disaster. Critically, financially. I think I'm done. I don't know why I ever thought I could tell stories." Store owner chuckles softly. "Everyone here has a story, love, and everyone here has seen a storm. The trick isn't to avoid them. It's to learn how to sail through them, or sometimes to just sit on the shore and listen to the waves until you remember why you wanted to be on the water in the first place. You're a storyteller, I can see it in your eyes. And stories, they don't die just because one audience didn't understand. They just need a different ear, or maybe a different heart." Liam looks at her, then out the window at the rough sea. He takes a deep breath, and for the first time in days, his hand reaches for his closed sketchbook. Liam had just experienced a spectacular public failure, a film that had tanked, leaving him creatively bankrupt and riddled with self-doubt. In that quiet coastal town, away from the industry's glare, the simple wisdom of strangers helped him rediscover the primal joy of storytelling, stripped of ego and expectation. Liam, voice calm and measured. "I thought my career was over. I truly did. I had lost sight of why I started making films. It had become about box office, about critical acclaim, about pleasing everyone. I'd forgotten the magic." He gestures to the screens around him. "Liam, those people in that small town, they didn't care about my Hollywood failures. They just cared about honest human connection, about the power of a shared story. That old fisherman, the store owner, they reminded me that storytelling isn't about success, it's about connection. It's about finding the universal in the personal and offering it up with sincerity." Liam's gaze intensifies. "Liam, that moment taught me humility. It taught me to detach from the outcome and reattach to the process, to the simple, profound act of crafting a narrative that might touch just one person. Every film I've made since has been infused with that lesson. Tell the story truthfully, from the heart, and trust that it will find its audience. It's why my films often champion the overlooked, the quiet moments of grace, because I found my own grace in the quiet wisdom of strangers. Celia, Marcus, Ava, Liam. 4 incredible talents, each shaped not by the glare of the spotlight, but by the shadows of their past, by moments of vulnerability, disillusionment, humiliation, and crisis. These weren't moments they sought out, but moments that found them, stripping away artifice and revealing the raw human core. They show us that true greatness isn't just about talent, but about resilience, empathy, and the courage to transform life's deepest emotional wounds into the wellspring of their artistry. They remind us that behind every polished persona, there's a story that's far richer, far more complex, and ultimately far more human than we ever knew. And in understanding their journeys, perhaps we understand a little more about our own.